What is up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another first ride video where we take out the Ducati Desert X Rally. Now, regular viewers of my channel know I have ridden the regular Desert X already, but this is the full-blown rally version. This is about 4,000 euros more expensive than your regular Desert X, and the engine has stayed the same. 110 horsepower L-twin engine. Fuel tank is the same, the frame is just about the same, but we do get our crash bars. I have no idea if these are factory. I know the luggage racks are not factory. The suspension is jacked up, and it's a very impressive rally style suspension. Very trick suspension. Brembo brakes front and rear. The front wheel is still a 21, but it has gotten a lot narrower at 90 mil width. This is again for off-road, for rallying. We have our sump guard underneath. We still have our quick shifter. So yeah, what you pay extra, about 4,000 euros extra, you pay for the suspension, for the off-road ability. The seat is different, so you can ride it standing a lot easier. This is a bike, a normal Desert X modified for off-road use, and I mean off-road rally use. Now, problem is I am only 175 centimeters tall. I am not a tall rider. This is a tremendously tall bike for me, at almost to the point. There we go. Come on. Almost to the point where I'm close to not being able to ride it. I can barely touch the ground with my toes a little bit. What do you have on the dash? We have our normal controls. We have our cruise control, our ABS off button, our heated grips button. But we only have it for about 30 minutes, so let's have a bit of fun with it. Now, I'm not gonna take it off-road because, again, this is not my bike, and this is a very expensive motorcycle. I think it's about 16,000 euros, 16,000. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait here. And okay, these are really tough moments, like coming out of junctions, because the bike is so bloody tall. What I'm seeing extra again is a mount here for normally a GPS, but I think you can mount a road book on there. Again, this is a bike made for rallying. This is a bike where you're supposed to beat on it. You're supposed to take it off-road. You're supposed to give it hell, basically, and it should be able to take it. I mean, bumps like this, roadworks like this, I'm not even standing on them. I can barely feel them. The engine is the same engine in the Desert as in the Desert X, which means it's a beautiful engine, beautiful sound, beautiful response. This 975cc L-twin engine from Ducati is an absolute masterpiece. And the brakes, oh my god. Well, a bit too low of a gear. I mean, the brakes are really something. Just one touch of the lever, and the dual rotors, dual Brembo calipers really bite into the rotors. It's a top class motorcycle, and at least on this rally version you can feel that it's very high strung. Rear pedal is adjustable, rear brake pedal is adjustable for riding either on the seat or standing. So yeah, again, everything is thought out for it to be an off-road motorcycle. So you don't have to take a Desert X and start modifying it to make it more off-road capable. It already comes off-road capable from the factory. Unfortunately, we are not going to be taking it off-road now. One, because this ain't my bike. Two, because I have nowhere around me to do some proper off-road. And three, because I only have it for half an hour. So I have it in touring mode. I know this is an off-road capable machine, but can it take you 300 kilometers up to the mountains in comfort so you can do your off-road enduro rally riding? That's the questions I want to see today, because many bikes can be very, very capable off-road bikes, but few can do proper off-road and be comfortable on a long trip. First of all, what I'm seeing, the seat is rough. The seat is a rally seat. It ain't comfortable. I'm already starting to get a little bit of pain in my ass. But yeah, I think the seat should be a little bit modified. Also, my left leg is a little bit warm. A little bit warmer than it was even on the Scrambler. But again, I think you're supposed to wear it with boots. And I do not have rally boots on me. Yep. But I think with a different seat and my leg is touching one of the cooling lines, so yeah, maybe a guard over there would have been nice, like a heat shield or something. But yeah, we're riding with, as you can see, there's a cooling line over there that I'm touching my leg up against. Now it shouldn't be more than 90 degrees, so it shouldn't burn me like maximum, but yeah. Again, a motorcycle thought out to be ridden with boots, but otherwise it's comfortable. The riding position is fairly comfortable. We do have cruise control. Come on, so set. No, I want to see how cruise control works. Again, cruise control should be for the touring minded. We are set at 68. I really don't have anywhere to use cruise control. Oh yeah, I'll have it on the way back, how to use cruise control. But now on the corners, you know, it's a light bike. It's a big bike. It's a very tall bike, but at 224 kilograms, wet and ready to ride with a full tank of gas, this is a light bike and you can feel it. Even though we have a 21-inch front wheel and we have off-road style tires, Pirelli Scorpio Rallies, I think they are, it doesn't feel sluggish when you turn it from side to side. It doesn't feel a lot of mass. It feels nimble. It feels light. And the quick shifter, oh yeah, I forgot the quick shifter. We do have a quick shifter on this, so banging through the gears. Bolt action rifle banging through the gears. This Ducati quick shifter is really, really nice. I kind of forget I don't have to use the clutch. We do have a Brembo hydraulic clutch, which does feel actually quite good. You can feel the bite point quite easily. So it is beginner friendly, but yeah, I don't think we're going to take up the engine up to 10,000 RPM today. Well, we can have a little bit of fun. We can have a little bit of fun. Drop it down a cog. Whoa. Snappy. It's snappy. I'm sorry guys, I don't have room to really explore the engine, but yeah, as I did in my previous video of the normal Desert X, this is a beautiful engine from Ducati. Highly strung, highly responsive, makes a beautiful mechanical noise to it. They couldn't have made it any other way. I mean, Ducati made a rally bike. There are a lot of rally bikes, but there's something about this one that just is infused with the Italian soul and passion. Now it might break down every now and then, but it's a Ducati. It's a Ducati. Having a Ducati, you kind of expect stuff like that, and you gotta take it into account when you buy it. Although lately Ducati have been decently reliable. They're not cheap to run or cheap to maintain, but they have been decently reliable. probably being owned by Audi really started like to rain on their parade with the bikes that constantly break down. Whoa. Yeah, yep. This thing is a rocket ship. It's not that fact that it's extremely powerful, it's the fact that the bike is so light. It doesn't have a lot of torque, but because the bike is so light, that torque feels much more immediate and much more aggressive than it does on bigger bikes with the same power, or even bigger bikes with bigger power. Like 100 just like that, just half throttle and up to 100 just like that. And there's something to be said about an engine that's like this, and the bike, the entire package of the bike, that it's so easy for somebody to ride that's not used to it like I am. And yet if you open up the taps, oh boy, does it ever scare you. Does it ever scare you? Now, compared to the regular Desert X, would I get the rally version instead of the regular Desert X? Well, first of all, this thing is way too tall for me. Like, riding it every day, this thing is way too tall for me. I'm so scared when I come up to junctions because I have to stop and put my feet down. But thankfully, when I get to speeds like this, like 10 kilometers an hour, the bike is so nicely balanced that I do not have to put my feet down. Otherwise, the riding position is very nice. The riding triangle is extremely comfortable. The seat is a bit on the hard side, but again, that can be modified and you can get a softer seat. You have cruise control, you have heated grips. This is a really nice touring machine, but you know what else is a really nice touring machine? The regular Desert X. I don't need 4,000 euros in suspension and narrower front tire, because I'm not gonna push this thing to its limits. I'm not gonna, if I take it off-road, I'm not gonna get even 10% out of it. So the regular Desert X is just fine for me. All I want is this engine, this frame, and yeah, you have it on the Desert X. But if you are looking for something a little bit more extreme, if you do have a little bit more riding experience, off-road riding experience, I'm not one of those people, but if you do and if you want something, then yeah, suspension is expensive, so why buy a bike, or why buy the regular Desert X where you would have to change the suspension out? Why not just get the one with the proper off-road suspension, with the proper narrow front wheel for desert riding? Yeah, I can fully understand where this thing is in the market. It's specialized. It's not gonna sell as many units as the regular Desert X, but people that need a bike like this, that need a rally version, they know they need the rally version. And this is where it gets very scary for me, because I can barely touch the ground and I'm supposed to go at an angle. Hope if I kill the engine, I drop the bike, that's for sure. So we are gonna go a little bit high on the rev, so I am 100% I don't stall it. But yeah, if I kill the engine, I fall down, because my feet do not reach the ground well enough for me to have a sure footing on the bike. But yeah, now that we're riding at a little bit higher speed, let's see. So set. I think the cruise control works over 50 kilometers an hour. Get it up to 60. Come on, 65. Easy does it. It picks up speed quite slowly. I was expecting, usually cruise controls are much more aggressive in the way they pick up speed. But yeah, we're doing 70 kilometers an hour. Even though the bike is on off-road tires, it's rock stable, rock solid. We do have a steering stabilizer up here. Having some fun with the people riding. yeah, on cruise control the bike is nice and stable, and yeah, it's a comfortable cruising bike. I can go plus or minus on the cruise control here. If it wasn't for the hard seat, and it feels like I'm sitting on a block of wood. Come on, cruise control off. Let's ride the damn thing. It does feel a little bit like I'm sitting on a block of wood, but otherwise the bike is nice and comfortable. I have my hand guards. We're doing 80-90 kilometers an hour. It's not buzzy, it's not vibrating, it's not too windy. The windshield is small, but it's doing a fantastic job of taking all the wind off my chest. Like I've said, but these things are present in the regular Desert X, and they come along with a really nice seat, a really comfortable seat. This one, you can stand on it. That's the thing. It's a seat designed for you not to sit on it, because it's very narrow and I can really grab it. Yeah, this is a really comfortable seat to stand on. The standing position is way more comfortable than my GS. I mean, I really feel like I'm in control of the motorcycle. This bike was made for you to stand on. And once again, that means rally. When you do a rally, you're pretty much standing all the time. You're not sitting down. Which begs the question, do you really need the rally version, or is the Desert X enough? That's what I want people to think about. If you really want a bike, like if you really want the Desert X and you think you want the rally, trust me, the rally is extremely specialized. Personally, I wouldn't even touch the rally. If I wanted a Desert X, I would just get the regular Desert X. It's much more comfortable. It's much more adapt to my riding and my capabilities. I can barely take the Desert X to its maximum potential, let alone this thing. I would probably drop this thing 100 times before I started learning how to properly ride it off-road. So yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna buy the rally version that do not really need the rally version, but it is what it is. But honestly, 95% of people are good enough with the regular Desert X, or maybe even better with the regular Desert X. I can feel this is a special bike. I can feel this is a high-strung, a really high-strung machine. This is not your average motorcycle. This is basically like the Desert X tuned. This is like a Desert X tuned and modified, and that's exactly what it is. So you really have to think about it, because if you change the seat out for a comfortable seat, you can put the regular seat from the Desert X on here. But if you do that, you ruin the standing position. I mean, the Desert X doesn't have a bad standing position, but yeah, boy. Oh, I had to get one of those in. So like I said, if you change out the seat, you can put the regular Desert X seat on, but then you ruin the standing position. And if the standing position is not so good as it could be, why have the extreme off-road suspension? People that need this bike know they need it. If you're in between Desert X or regular, or Desert X Rally or regular Desert X, probably you need just the regular Desert X. But yeah, I'm gonna take the bike back to its owner, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, guys, take care out there and ride safe. Bye.